What's going on, everybody? Welcome to your daily astrology horoscope for Wednesday, July 13th, 2022. Astrologer Brian Scarborough here, Fixed Air Moon, keeping the collective fixed on astrology. Truly appreciate you all very much. I am doing this one again. I put a horoscope up before this, and the audio was all jacked up, and I almost decided to leave it, and I was like, no, I got to fix this and do it again. So, in Capricorn fashion, I'm going to do this again. Hope everybody's doing well. If you want to check out my class, it is the beginner to reader class. We already have 2 weeks down. Week 3 is this week. $100. It's a good amount of content. It's good knowledge for the price. The students all seem to be very happy and pleased. If you haven't got it yet, you can go back on my website once you become a member and join the class, and the content from the previous 2 weeks will be there waiting for you. There's over 7 hours of content in those first 2 weeks, so we covered a lot, and definitely saturated that stuff. So very good. Getting into charts next. So do become a member of that class if you are interested. Started from the basics. So maybe if you're more advanced, now we're starting to get into more advanced stuff, and you might find that more intriguing. Check it out. All right. It is the full moon in Capricorn today. It's a big one. So let's check out the chart. Let's go into it. Round 2 style. And hopefully this horoscope's, I thought the last one was really potent, but it is what it is, I want to double check something before all right, good. Just making sure. All right. Well, full moon in Capricorn, 21 degrees. This is a big full moon. So I think the energy is going to be very intense. I think it's going to be ramped up. And, well, we're dealing with a big release moment here on this full moon. We're dealing with a lot of this Capricornian stuff, a lot of these Saturnian aspects in our life, a lot of responsibilities, dedications, things that we've been building and working towards, a lot of stuff that society has brought up. It's very interesting that it's at 21 degrees. 22 degrees was where Pluto, Saturn, the Sun, Mercury, Ceres all met January 12th, 2020. So this is a big one here, and it is in the gene key gate of gate 61, which is the mystic Capricorn, as I like to call it, but it is the gate of mystery, and so much about life right now. Oh wow, this is peeking out pretty hard. I think I'm just having technical issues all over the place. Check. All right. Hopefully that's not bad and sounds decent. So, it is about this degree here in this mystical Capricorn gate, and yeah, it's time travel, straight up, doing it again. It's so funny. It does sound better, right, though? Okay, anyways, I think I fixed the problem. It is about this mysticism, but we can overthink things. We can be too much in our head. It's kind of a mental gate. So it's much more channeled. It's much more divine wisdom. It's much better. It's like, don't overthink things right now. Don't go looking for all the answers. The answers will just come to you. So this is a beautiful moment of realizing that answers are coming to you. There's a liberation effect here. The dispositor of this full moon is Saturn in Aquarius. And that full moon's also in trine to the North Node and Uranus, and the Sun's still in that sextile to this energy. So it's big time for liberation of your values, of the things in life that you're creating, and building those railroad tracks to your unique destiny. Because so much of this is breaking karmic bonds. It's breaking karmic cycles, and coming full circle into much more dharma, into much more of like your soul's mission. But we all have to understand that we're binding ourselves to aspects of reality that don't matter anymore. And that's where Pluto and Saturn came through and wiped things out in 2020. So look back in your life over the last, especially 2.5 years, about all the work that you've done on yourself, about all the work you've done from the inside out, and ask yourself if your physical life, your personal life reflect that inner work. And if it does, this is going to be huge for people of really releasing the bonds, releasing the karma, and finding that mysticism within them to do something amazing. The big purpose stuff is coming with this full moon, but you got to be willing to drop the old cycles and the old loops that we put ourselves in. It's also very Piscean with the sextile over to Neptune and Venus, the dispositor of the North Node, square that Neptune, is that we can be in this weird Piscean karmic loop. And we got to break free of that, and we can't go into illusions. And I think, be wary of if things look too good to be true, or if things just show up. Do they have facts? Do they have truth? Did you do the research? You're going to intuitively know what you need to dive deeper into and what you need to just let go of and say bye-bye. And I think it's about, with this Capricorn energy, about really stepping up and making decisions that make sense, that are beautiful, creating that beautiful, stimulating environment, the beautiful, stimulating relationships, but definitely, are they actually real? Are they actually present in your life is very important, because that Venus is trine Saturn today for this full moon. And I think that's a big deal, especially with Uranus and the North Node, and the North Node dispositor being this Venus in Gemini, and with Saturn retrograde in Aquarius, and Uranus is a dispositor of that Saturn. Saturn also co-rules, of course, but there is huge liberation. If you're on your individual path, if you're going into a future that makes sense for you and with relationships, and it has like a definition and it has like tracks laid, boom. This is beautiful. And there is a fog to all this. So it's like you have to know within yourself and within your soul that you have tracks that you're on right now. And you have to have faith in your inner guidance. Not so much about overthinking things, but really feeling things and trusting that all the dots are going to connect. So there's a lot of faith that has to be had, but it's not just blind faith in anything showing up. It's definitely within things that you're trying to work for on a soul level that really they're big. They have purpose. This is definitely about releasing things in life that don't have purpose any longer. With the mystic rectangle that's going on, because the sun's in sextile to that North Node and in trine to the South Node still, and the moon is doing that as well, we get this mystical rectangle. So we have the moon in a full moon in gate 61, the mystic Capricorn. We have a mystic rectangle, and we have kites all over the place. So there's a kite, obviously, I'll just do it down here so it's easier to see. But it is from the South Node and Uranus being the like flying forward, and the tail of the kite's the South Node. But it is putting a lot of pressure on the South Node, which we can want to overly attach to things that don't have importance in our life any longer. And we can want to hold on for dear life. But I think that if we look forward, we're looking into the future about where are we flying our kite. We're flying it in the direction that we feel intuitively called to. Look at the Piscean energy with Juno and Neptune making good aspects to the sun and Ceres in Cancer, and then also the sextiles over to the North Node and Uranus in Taurus. Like really using your strong foundation that you've built up and all that growth and all that inner work you've done. I mentioned in the last video, and I'll mention it again, since 2019, we've had the North Node in Cancer, North Node in Gemini, and now it's in Taurus. Like we really focused on hopefully building a strong foundation within ourselves, being emotionally responsible for our lives, taking initiative for our personal lives, and really getting into what's going on within ourselves. And then the truth of the matter, paying attention to all the facts, being able to express what was going on inside your truth was so important, and not just following a story, not just following society. And now we have North Node in Taurus telling us that let's go build, let's go spring things into action that have the most value, that are, building up, using that inner foundation to show in self-confident ways, to show in extremely beautiful, fertile ways, and also about quality. So it's about your uniqueness and your individuality and what you've done within yourself to build life with quality that is not about a system, that is not about control. It's about releasing all that stuff. There was a lot of things that we could have had ambition for or accolades to achieve. Those things don't really matter anymore. Straight up. There's a mystical reunion with something bigger happening right now. And this is about not holding yourself back, not restricting yourself from what that is trying to show in your life. And if I clear this, there's another kite that is from boom, 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 to the sun. So the sun and the moon are involved in all of this, big time. But it is that moon in Capricorn with Pluto transforming your destiny, transforming your karma into dharma. That's where your future is going. And it's using your great power in Scorpio with that South Node. It's using your passion, using your intuition, using your depth to not just look at things surface level, but to go much deeper. But also using the spiritual connection, the vision, the dreams, having that faith is so important, and divine union with Juno there, very important. And the tail end would be the sun, and I think that this is where people can actually also be overly sensitive. You know, we got to crack through tough shells in our life right now to make big decisions about what that inner calling really is, and to make things more stimulating and more exciting. Because with Mercury also in opposition to this full moon and Mercury getting closer to the sun, I think we can be too in our head trying to understand our feelings when really it's like, just trust that mysticism within you right now. And that's also the South Node in Scorpio. Like we can't just not trust. We just have to trust the things that have value. Mars is a co-ruler of that South Node. Pluto, of course, is a co-ruler of that South Node. Like we got to trust real legit things in our life right now, and I would say that yourself is a real positive thing to trust, and especially in Taurus, that relationship that you have to yourself, being able to feel the bounty of life within you and that life force to create is so important. And we can trick ourselves mentally or be in overly sensitive places, especially with Mercury coming off the square to Chiron. Like we can totally trick ourselves into thinking that we don't have what it takes, we're not good enough, we're some weirdo, we're just trapped in this system and that's all we get. Like this is the liberation out of systems that you don't want to be in. And if you're willing to have the courage to understand that and step up and relay foundations, like this is pouring concrete on a big new foundation in your life, because you have to release and actually take the jackhammer and jackhammer away the foundation of the old because it's outdated. So that's where so much of this is about Saturn and Aquarius going into the future, taking initiative and responsibility and dedicating to something that is forward thinking and not going backwards. North Node and Uranus, literally same kind of energy in a lot of ways. Liberating yourself to build something of value for what you're at within yourself right now, and knowing that you can do it. There's a confidence with Taurus. If you need to make a change in your life, this full moon is huge for making that change. It's huge for releasing the old past cycles. You're going to see that there's so many doors because Jupiter's getting ready to go retrograde, but it's not there yet. So there are doors open right now. This is the full moon to release the stuff that weighs you down, that you're not passionate about, that your soul's not into, that you don't feel a gut impulse to keep doing, but I do it anyways because I feel like I have to. Like, there's other ways. There's magic out there for you to use to create, but you have to dedicate to that too. So it's not just like giving up and saying, oh, the universe will show me what I'm looking for. This is definitely a step up energy, but it's stepping up for bigger purpose than just the life from before, especially pre-2020, because everything changed. You know, the Mayan calendar really ended in 2020 with the Venus retrograde in Gemini. Mars is coming into Gemini at the end of the year to retrograde. We're building up to eclipses with the South Node, solar eclipse with the South Node, lunar eclipse with the North Node. Like, we have a lot to let go of. And this is a big start for that. And even the next full moon will be with Saturn in Aquarius. Like, you have to release the old system or you're not liberating yourself. And North Node Uranus meeting with Mars at the end of the month. There's so much coming that you have to step up to the plate now. And I don't want to say that it's the last call, but dang, this feels like a big full moon of saying, okay, enough is enough. I'm not holding myself back. I'm not playing into these boundaries that don't make sense in my life anymore. I'm going to go for value that stimulates me, that's creative, that's fun, and not being tricked by the media. And I'll be honest, I said this in the last one I did that I deleted because the audio was terrible, but with the moon meeting up with Pluto and also being in this place and kind of igniting this Pluto return for the United States, in this full moon fashion, and with Venus square Neptune, just do not just fall for anything. I feel like some really strange things can come out. I know strange stuff comes out all the time, but be very leery of what's getting offered up on a silver platter. Be very leery of what the powers that be with Capricorn are saying in Pluto and a South Node in Scorpio. Be very, on your game. Trust your inner guidance, your gut on everything, and respond accordingly to that. Do not respond to what a big source of media is saying with Neptune here in Pisces and all this action, because it's very Neptunian, because even the sun's working on its trine over to Neptune right now. But I would say that relationships are in such a beautiful spot, to get back onto that, because we have Juno at 21 degrees, sun is trine that energy, and the moon is sextile it, and even Venus is done with the square, so it's almost like, okay, I see where the exciting divine unions are. This is where masculine and feminine can really come together, and with Venus also trine Saturn, this is some of the most positive connections in life that can be made. But they have to be built around excitement. They have to be built around, everybody has an opinion. I think that they have to be built around everybody's kind of set to win in life. It's not about control. It's about the liberation of humanity from all the programming in life that we've had to go through. And it's that curiosity to relate to something of substance in life that is built around your truth, and also understanding that not everybody's truth is going to be the same. So it's we're all twins, we're all friends, we're all family, we're all one, but we're still different, and we still live different lives, and we still do different things. But if, it comes back to where are the core values in life? Where's that alignment? Because you're going to have to find those people in life and build strong, solid relationships so that you can all go into the right future as a group, because we can't do this alone. This is definitely a time for individuals to empower themselves and to individuate, but to come together with similar forces in life for something that's not about. It's not about a control system. It's just not. Pluto's wiping that out right now, and the South Node's saying, yeah, goodbye. That's all an illusion. Anything or anybody that you think you have control over, drop it. It's not going to do anything. It's just going to either piss you off, make you angry, make you feel like things aren't beautiful, make you feel like the world's out of sync, and it's not. Everything's in perfect harmony with where the collective's going. But you're going to have to be strong within yourself to lay the right tracks so that you're not on the wrong tracks. And I don't think people who watch this channel are going to be, but just know that the wrong side of the tracks is going to be more apparent than ever. More apparent than ever. And you don't want to fall for that. And you want to liberate from that. Because we can start to build new systems now. This is where old systems are getting bye-bye. Control-Alt-Delete. And new programs are installed fully. And they already have been installed, but this is fully installing the new programs. So it's beautiful. And there's doors opening like you wouldn't even believe. And I think that it does take a trust. It does take a divine, faith. But definitely not just a blind faith, and not just looking for a handout or looking for some government savior or looking for any of that. Because today's got what is going to happen in the world? What is going to happen in society with a full moon in Capricorn, with Pluto? And are we going to be wounded with our minds with Mercury square Neptune and fall for it? I think we have to be strong with Mars and Taurus and go after only the things in life that are valuable to you, based on what your truth is and what you've built up into this point in your life. And it's not incredibly comfortable. I mean, we have Ceres starting to oppose Pluto. We're having to redefine how we take care of ourselves and how we support ourselves. And how we use our great soul power to, feel where it wants to really put its effort and energy. And that's what's going to take care of us, is knowing your purpose. So I think this is a big one for releasing what isn't of your purpose and stepping more into your purpose. And it's going to be different for everybody. So it's not one size fits all, but you got to really look at your personal life and make sure it's in alignment with your ambitions in life and the things you're trying to achieve and make happen. And does it look like it has a road laid and paved in front of you, or is it, completely fogged over? Because I think that, yeah, there's a fog and we don't know exactly what's coming, but you have to, within yourself, see a road. And it has to feel real, and you have to feel like it's beautiful, and it will come to manifestation. This is a great, powerful time to realize that you don't have to play by anybody's rules but your own. And if you're ready to liberate yourself and play by your own rules, watch the magic that shows up in your life. And this moon is also out of bounds at 26 south. So again, it's just more energy that you don't have to play by the rules. You're out of bounds right now. You're silly if you think you have to do something that you don't want to do. You should only be doing stuff that lights you up, brings you value, brings you excitement, is around the people that do the same, putting your effort and your hard work into the things that are doing the same. And if you're, leaving yourself stuck and, bound up to something that isn't that, this full moon's going to be very hard. You're going to start to see as it progresses over the next few weeks and into the next months of this reality that, wow, did I just close myself and lock myself in a scare room, in an escape room that I can't get out of? This is where you're in the escape room and you can see the key, but hard choices have to be made to get that key to get out of the room. So, I know you guys got this. I hope everybody's feeling good. I think this is very positive energy for people that have done their work and are ready to take accountability for their lives and start to take that responsibility for it instead of feeling like they're entrapped to things that they don't want to do. Like, I know we can't just all quit jobs right away, but this is definitely about building tracks to, if you don't like your job, get out. Like, if you don't like your relationship, get out. Like, this is just not a time to be, I can't, I'm stuck. I can't make it on my own. I can't do it. You can. But with Jupiter here still direct in Aries, you better believe in yourself. You better believe in what you're opening up has potential and power, and it's going to get you somewhere, and it's going to take off, and it's like a rocket ship. It's safe to believe right now, believe it or not. It's safe to believe, but only in the solid things for your future and the beauty that can bring you and the excitement that it can bring you as well. All right. That's going to sound a lot better, and I can go home happy. But it's a big deal. There's just so much astrology coming, and I just, when I'm in this channel of this full moon, I'm like, oh my God. And I was in such a playful mood today, but I turn the camera on and do this horoscope. I'm like, oh God. Download it. It's serious, right? It's Capricorn. There's a seriousness, right? So, you better be getting serious about your personal life and get that in order and take accountability for where it's out of order and out of alignment and align it. And, don't be so attached to what your mind is going to trick you into thinking you can or can't do. Trust the feeling. Yeah, booyah. 7 of Wands. I like that coming out first. There is a great victory in this release. There is a great victory in stepping up to the plate for something big in your life. There's valor. There's honor. You're marching towards exactly where you're supposed to be marching. Don't trick yourself that you're not. Tower card. That card came up yesterday too. But this one's not reversed. This one's upright. This is about not being fearful of change, not being fearful that you can't do something amazing. You can't do something of extreme caliber in something different than what maybe you're already doing that isn't showing up. Like, if towers are falling and they're already crumbling, do you really want to ride it all the way to rock bottom? Or is there maybe a way to get out Maybe you don't have to just jump. Maybe you could run down the side. I don't know. This is a time to be very creative. Different odd ways. You can figure them out. You can get there. It's about figuring that out and being a part of change and not resisting it. I think resisting it's only going to bring fear and, scare you. And the Four of Pentacles in reverse. Definitely, there's a lot of things we think is just worth holding on to and holding on to and holding on to and never letting go of, and it's not. You don't need those things. The important things that you need right now, you feel, We got to do a check. Like, we're hoarding too many things in life that are not of our soul's highest potential and character, and we gotta step up and say enough's enough. And that's where the valor is. We get it if we're willing to go through a tower moment in our life right now. We get it if we're willing to let go of something we cherish in our ego or in some sense of society's program that's holding us back from this great liberation. And the Knight of Wands. More valor, more strength, more courage, coming in fast, coming in hot. Everything's saying, go create. That's where the victory's at. And it's not a time to be scared of change or scared of letting go. It's a time to embrace it. Because, it just takes courage right now. It takes courage within yourself. And, I think that we all have to look at, it could be little things for some people. It could be big things for other people. We all have to look at where we need to step up and be more courageous for what we really, really want. And let go of the things we thought we want or we wanted in the past, but they're not showing up with the reward that we were looking for. It's like holding on to a stock or holding on to crypto until it hits, 12K. Like, you could still get out. Holding on for dear life. HODL in crypto. There's a lot of trying to hold on for dear life right now to things that are not serving, or they're keeping us in these cyclic karmic loops, and they're just holding us back from Dharma, because that's what, the biggest channel is right now, is that Dharma is so activated right now, but you got to be willing to, legit take the red pill in your life. Or if you already took the red pill, okay, get out. Get out and start creating the new matrix that fits you and the people that surround you, and build that foundation and lay the tracks and be the builder, because it is a time to be the builder. I love you all very much. I hope you have a beautiful full moon, and I'll catch you all tomorrow. Much love. Peace.